Fuck yeah, welcome to the Future Poet this week. Yeah!
Just slightly less of a set for you right now. One haiku, one for Emily, and then if I have time for another one. Wrote this one today. I write a haiku every single day. Been doing it for almost 4 years.
Yeah!
Mental catharsis at its finest. Please appreciate the art, but understand I create without a choice. Emily, this is your request.
Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to get up on stage.
It's called Conduct Your Anatomy. Me, personally, I think instead of shaming bodies, we need to start praising bodies. No matter the shape or size, black or white, skinny or wide, we're all beautiful because we are all miracles breathing the same nitrogen and oxygen ratio. Allow me to begin from within by describing your body as a violin that just needs someone to jump in and begin conducting your heartstrings once again. I'll come dressed to impress by wearing the best and finest set of dreads in which I possess. I will take the time spent to understand your eloquence, which in essence is a fragrance of intelligence. I'll wine and dine your mind with a sublime time in hopes to define this divine attempt to get you to consign and intertwine for a lifetime. I want to play the xylophone with your ribcage bones and the trombone with your hips bones. I'll keep the metronome with your heart's tone and breathe in the cologne of your pheromones. I'll start your heart with a magic spark and explore your beauty marks as individual trademarks from your birthmark carved in your body's landmarks. I want to play connect the dots with your sunspots and explore the slots interlocked in snapshots. I want to just pause the hourglass and just bask in the waves of your eyelash splash and take a bath in the grass on your body's behalf. I'll make music with the silence we create and investigate how we relate by attempting to translate our book of fate and how we implicate and correlate. I'll read the sheet music which your body writes and recites every time it reunites with a touch that ignites the fires inside. I want to produce this jewelry around your neck like a noose and deduce to introduce to you these hands without abuse. I'll stare deep into the rhapsodies from your eyes and comprise the enterprise which will rationalize this blessing in disguise. I'll play piano with your toes and propose to compose mementos from our scenario explaining what we already know. That me and you create harmony with our body's melody, and it's quite unlikely anyone else has the ability to make the sounds of you and me. Believe me, I would love to get up in your system and direct it like a symphony, but I don't want to complicate things with broken heartstrings, because this isn't just another thing or a pointless fling, but instead the offering of the proceeding to express our feelings. If art is written on canvas, then music must be written on silence, and I want to be the one to keep the flutter of your eyelids with decidedness, and to shoot your heart with a Cupid's arrow being played as a violin bow. I want to hear your breath against the ascent of etched attempts once again accept the fantasy in which you have only dreamt. Just close your eyes and allow your ears to do the deciding without fear. Let these notes grab a hold to take you here and adhere to this pioneer who will attempt to commandeer and steer an unclear tear with action sincere. I will implore to explore the encore of our score and restore a bit of vigor with this metaphor to tune the inner workings of your heart's core. Listen, I may not be a musician or technician of instrumentation, but I can promise once again to be the one to keep your heart dancing long after this composition's conclusion. Thank you. Since Emily got to get so controversial, I get to get controversial. It's called The Right to Bear Harm. We woke woke up early. Gathered our stuff in January, the weather was dreary, our eyes were weary. We couldn't sleep. We were so ready to let our guns spew through the heart of a random traveler or two, in hopes of adding marksmen to our reputations, instead of simply studied at Purdue. Now under college rule, ever since high school, we fantasize about using this tool. Watching our dads during the camping annual, getting introduced so gradual, planning this outing for several months, practicing meticulously like suicide bunts. The once hunted was now in charge of the hunt. Knowing this opportunity only came once, an awakening had come and we weren't mistaken, there was no faking. This was the only time this test could be taken. Studying our grotesque subjects like benign suspects, covering our tracks like tourniquets and blending with our environments like special effects, gathering our equipment, making one final checklist, ensuring nothing was missed in the midst of our nervousness. Truly affected was our thought processes, but we weren't going to stop the processes. We posted up, waited, scoped out, and interrogated. To ensure success initiated, we had to eliminate the bravest, the ones we hated, the courageous, the strong. We had our camouflage on and a garage full of guns. We didn't want to get spotted before the barrage had begun. Strolling through the weapons check area, poised, starting in the cafeteria, gun blast joy screamed louder than the hysteria where the last meal enjoyed were half-open, teary eyes. Continuing on to the library, seeing souls shivering behind paper sanctuaries, but there was no escaping our rifles' artillery. After all, we'd been practicing for a century. At the camping gatherings, knowing we couldn't just be viewed only in periphery, we'd make eternity for all history. Seeing them innocently interacted with their environment, where the assumed previously acting liars went, passing us in class, pure silence. Now referred to as tyrants, marching the halls like lieutenants, seizing to stop with just a chow hall. We pursued each room in the school, finding students hidden behind desks and stools, pulling triggers before their tears could spew. Last image on their corneas, us too. We preyed on the herd before they could stop to pray for good. These were our ways misunderstood. Praying on those that prayed, praying on those that gave, praying on those that chose a venue for that day. Acting with no sign of bereavement, taking lives with open concealment, holding our rifles like ripped up Bibles, acting suicidal like deranged disciples, aiming our evil at the heart of those needing revival. You see, the right to bear arms was intended to protect, not do harm, but I think it's time to sound the alarm when everyday shootings are the norm. Where normally a society uses guns to protect the humanity, not willfully take out a bully seeking a remedy to appease insanity. Who better to target than those working hardest to stay in this market? They're the easiest to forget. Their equal number of shootings to the days in the calendar rotations, 365 attempts at subjugation behind the walls of an institution aimed at education. All of these shootings, what is this proving? That we are superior as humans, or drugs aren't the only things that we're using? According to fathers on the Constitution, there was a typo they didn't mention. It is not the right to bear harm. It is the right to bear harm. Oh, it is not the right to bear arms. It is the right to bear harm.